Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor player and coach, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
Today we are watching Haikyu Season 2 Episode 4 called Center Ace.
I don't know what I think that means. Whether there's another ace as a middle on another team they're going to train against, or Hinata kind of elevates himself to like, maybe he has 2 or 3 hits worthy of being an ace. I'm not sure. I don't think he's going to elevate himself to ace status in this episode, but
we know that's his goal.
That's true. I don't think it's going to happen.
Alright, we got 2 trains of thought here. I like it. Giving yourself some options to be correct.
I mean, if I really had to put money on the table, it would be the first one. But that's just what I'm thinking. Yeah, again, I get nothing from you.
No, oh my god. This is like an every episode occurrence.
True.
I have to keep the intrigue alive.
And I appreciate that. You do a good job.
Thanks. We had the feel-good start to season 2.
And I don't want to say surprisingly, but I've enjoyed it so far. A couple new characters, a little bit more light. You know, we've seen some training and then like clicking and gelling a little bit better, and then, you know, planning on going to Tokyo and the bad grades. You know, very interesting comments about people's thoughts on your and I grades based on the last episode. I think
based on that sentence, I think we can deduce. Did you hear what you said?
No.
Based on your and I grades.
Oh.
Wow. We will reveal the truth eventually. Townsperson B, I know you guys appreciate Townsperson B, but I will say generally an under the radar, not given enough love episode. When you think of all the great episodes out there, it's not appreciated as much as it should be. So we had a real treat watching that last week. But Center Ace, I mean, it's giving volleyball vibes. So maybe we're gonna transition back into what we're used to, but we will see. Center Ace, which one of Adam's predictions is right, or are they both wrong? We'll find out right now.
Oh, あれはもしやスカイツリー。いや、あれはただの鉄塔だね。北で東京。風景あんま宮城と変わんねえな。
His hair is nasty.
そりゃ郊外だからな。
キリキリ歩け。
っていうかおい、
Your boy.
なんか人足んなくねえか。
実は。これが先輩の実力だ。
お前らだって40点の赤点ギリギリじゃん。あれ？ひなたは英語？
Oh.
Oh.
どうやって東京まで行く？走るかチャリだろ。行く気だ。おい、お前ら。
じゃああの超人コンビ今頃募集受けてんの？
ああ、まあでも。情報女子が2人になったね。
Kyoko.
Just a protective hand.
東京すごい。
見たかトラよ。これがカラスノの本気なのです。眩しい。
She's like, I've had enough of this. I'm out of here.
じゃあ準備できたらすぐ体育館来いよ。もう他の連中も集まってきてる。お。
What are you thinking? I feel like you're very happy.
I mean, I'm just. I'm thinking a lot of things. One, I'm thinking, I can't believe those two failed.
Technically, Hinata would not have failed. He got all the answers right. They were just not in the right answer slot.
You feel bad for him, but he's just such an airhead sometimes. He's like, oh, I know this one, I know this one, I know this one. Done.
Can you picture being in a test and realizing in the last like 3 minutes that you misaligned the answers? I feel sick.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would do.
No. So he would have passed, and it looked like Kageyama got close. If 40 is a passing standard, which some of you told us it is.
Yeah. Part of me still thinks they're going to find a way to play, but I guess, I mean, I'm kind of relating that to what my own experience in high school would be. I'm guessing the Japanese system is maybe a little more strict, but...
well, they left them there. How are they going to get there?
I don't know, train? I don't know, we'll find out. And then I just, the whole team manager thing with...
Yamamoto?
Yeah, it's just entertaining. Like, it's just entertaining. It's just funny.
Kuro holding down the fort, though. True host with the most.
I'm not gonna say anything to that.
おうおうおう、いつになく真剣だなお前ら。
お前ら赤点は1個だけだな。それなら補習は午前中で終わるはずだ。そしたら俺が救世主を呼んでやろう。
頑張れよ
Well, they are gonna make it.
ー。ヘイ、赤点ボート。乗りな。
Do you know who that is?
That's his sister.
田中
Okay,
さん
I'm
のお姉
just...
さんですか。
okay.
さえこ姉さんと呼びな。東京までなんてあっという間に届けてやるよ。
She's got a little crazy in her.
あよし行くよ。はい。
Yeah. Mountain driving like that is no
た
joke.
だし乗車中の安全性及び快適性などについては一切保証いたしません。ご了承ください。
What are we talking? Like, how far from Tokyo are they?
Miyagi to Tokyo.
お久しぶ
We
りです
can look that up.
猫又先生。
おう、よく来たな。
この度は合同練習に参加させていただき本当にありがとうございます。
いやいや、こちらこそしっかり見せてもらいますよ。あれからどれほど力をつけたのか。お願いします。
あれ、翔陽。
Where's Shoyo from the
補
cross?
習だったよ。
Yeah. Oh, that guy.
Yikes! Oh, where's my notepad? I gotta be taking
アップ
notes.
取ったらこの中に入ってあとはひたすら全チームでぐるぐるとゲームをやる。
お、
1セットごとに負けた方はペナルティでフライングコート一周。
フライング。空中でボールを拾うフライングレシーブをするときの動きで手、胸の順で体を床に滑らせるの。
向こうに対戦
なあ
があるから
前の練習試合の時猫間にあんなやついたっけ？
めっちゃこっち見てるやつ？そう。あ、いや、いなかったと思うけど。
His cat green eyes.
ほら、そんなに思い詰めんな。焦るのはわかるけどな。回り道には回り道にしか咲いてない花があんたからさ。
I like that one.
およくわかんないけどかっけえ。私の隣でドライブできてんだから赤点に感謝しろってこと。 そんな思い詰めるほどバレエ好きなんだな。
はい。
翔也はなんでバレエ始めたの？
小学生の時テレビで春子を見たんです。
He was so ready to answer that question.
それで小さな巨人を見たんです。
どうか？おお、やっぱ当たった？
サエコ姉さん、小さな巨人知ってるんすか？
私多分そいつと同級生だもん。つっても喋ったこともないけどさ、やんちゃなやつなら目立つだろうし、知り合いだったと思うんだけどね。
姉さんは悪そうなやつは大体友達ってやつですか？
それだな。けどさ、たまたま学校で練習試合やってんの見かけた時、そいつはどんなこわもての知り合いよりも怖かったよ。怖いっていうか迫力がすごくて。
スパイクがですか？
いや、その時は調子が悪かったのか、途中で交代させられてて
Yikes.
Same hair as Hinata.
That's cool.
I love her.
別にたまたま何回か試合見ただけだし。ちょっと飽きたのか。
腹が減ったんだ。
ほんの赴くままか。
Come on, they're sleeping and I'm hungry.
見られることで俺たちが弱くなることはない。
Look at Adam's apple.
自分がエースであることを
I kind of like that line. So I'm kind of curious, is she going to be a little more part of the show, or is she just kind of in and out? I don't know.
You ask me questions like you want me to tell you the answers, but then it's like, do you want me to tell you the answers?
No, you're not going to tell me the answers, but I'm just letting you know what my thoughts are right now, what I'm thinking.
Okay.
But I like...
Musings with Adam.
Well, it's kind of hard when you know what happens and I don't. But...
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, true. I like that kind of story about Little Giant, about how intense he was and he got taken off and he just like walks out. And I think there's something curious to note about that, is that he didn't do it in front of his teammates. And I wonder if that's like the ace has to show confidence. If he was, you don't know anything about him, but if he was aware enough to go have his little moment by himself and then kind of do what he needed to do and come back. But I think just the intensity of, it was clearly practice and he wasn't doing what he wanted to. I thought that was interesting.
Well, how terrible is it if somebody on your team is playing bad, you're the guy who has to go in to replace him, and then you just see him moping on the side.
100%.
Like, that's awful.
Yeah, you're being a bad teammate.
Exactly.
But I just, yeah, you don't know the full context of it, but I thought it was interesting that she saw him in that kind of private moment, and that was what she remembered about him.
More importantly, what did you think about the cameo headshot of that one guy?
My initial instinct was scary. I'm assuming we're gonna meet him later. Like, I'm assuming they flashed up like some of the top players from the other teams. So I'm guessing we'll get to meet him. But that's, we talked about last episode, where, I think it was last episode, where you have some guys in high school who are just like men at 16. That's what that reminded me of.
I think it was a couple episodes
ago.
I will say, the only reason I bring it up is because I have had a vendetta against this guy since that exact cameo on my first watch through.
Okay, what was your first opinion? What?
Ugliest person I've ever seen. I can't get over it. Hands down, the ugliest player in the whole series.
God. Yeah, fair.
I'm like, why did you have to make him look like that? Like...
Well, yeah, everybody can't be gorgeous.
No, not everybody is gorgeous. Like, if I'm insulting anybody's like preferences, I'm sorry, but like, I don't think Yamaguchi is gorgeous. I don't think like Tanaka is gorgeous. But like they don't look like Ubagawa guy. That's the name of the school, by the way. So thank you. When you had a visceral reaction to his face, I knew we would be on the same side.
I don't think my reaction was quite as intense as that, but fair enough.
It runs deep.
Ooh, that's not even really close.
さすがに強いですね。
あ
フライング一周
Is this punishment or practice?
あ、別にこっちの
No,
調
they
子が
said
悪
if
い
you
わけじゃない
lose the
こ
match,
れが
that's
全
your
国レベルってやつなんだ
punishment. Oh my gosh, I can't. Cauliflower hair. All these characters are coming back. I can't.
あそこのチーム全員のサーブがすごいんだよね。産川のマネさんが言ってましたね。とにかくサーブに力入れてるって。うん。練習のラストに毎回100本サーブってかなりきついと思う。
もう一本ナイス
Okay.
Okay.
Ubagawa serves.
The triple threat.
Oh yeah, baby.
That's nice over the top. She's gonna get dizzy and fall
Yeah.
over.
まさにコンビネーションの匠、親善高校。
Shinzen.
さらに
What was that
因
combo
縁の
attack?
ライ
ヤクザ相変わらずいいレシーブしやがる
バルとにかく拾ってつなぎ反撃のチャンスを伺うネコマ高校
Well, that guy looks like he flies.
Ooh. Oh.
Wait, does Tsukishima lose his glasses? They get broken? The white frosted tips, though.
大エース擁する強豪チームフクロウ谷学園
Look at the other top line.
こんなチームと戦えるなんて
だな
Oh,
Got his hand
good
相手の
reflex.
強さにビビってる場合じゃね
This is exactly what they need, though.
えこいつらと渡り合っていかなきゃいけねえんだ
I feel like the draft board just got a lot bigger.
All right. Ubagawa super serves.
Wait.
Shinzen, the combo offense. Nakoma, excellent ball control. Fukurodani, the power ace. All things that they will have to confront at some point.
This episode is my nightmare.
Too many things to remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take me all season to remember the schools and what. Like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this episode like 2 or 3 times and take notes so that I know what's going on.
If you are a member on our Discord server, you will immediately identify which character Adam looked like when he was a teenager.
Wow.
I'll give you a guess. I'll give you a
That's a
guess.
low. That's a
Can
low.
you get? No, it wasn't Ubagawa guy.
That's
Three.
a low blow.
Okay, let's see if it's the same guy. Do you know who?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
3, 2, 1. If you said Bokuto, you are correct. Can we bring up the photo of Adam? Can we bring up the photo of Adam?
I'm not saying anything.
He's acting sheepish, but he's actually very proud of that era of his life. The frosted tip era.
Well, what else can you do? Like, been there, you did it. Like, you gotta just own it. I'm not proud of it. It's not something I would do
No,
today.
I think you are, because the number of times it's come up in our lives, you love that fact
I'm
about yourself.
making fun of myself. And all of the different colors my hair has been.
I'm not a fan.
You didn't really know me back then.
Now I know why. I'm just kidding. I chose not to know you.
Although we did meet at Nationals one year when I had blue hair.
I blocked that from my memory.
Fair.
This is key because like even we saw in season 1, the handling the serves from Seijo was an issue. So already we're gonna get some training experience with that.
But this is the next step for them, right? So they've come together, they had some newbies, they've had some time to gel, they have a coach now who's doing something. You can only do so much on your own with your team before you need to like go out and see how that practice stacks up with the other teams. Yep. So to do this, and I would expect they're not going to win any games. They maybe could beat Nekoma in this, but probably they're going to get hammered against the rest of these good teams, and that's what you want, right? You practice something, you go and test it, you come back, you see if it was good enough or not good enough, and you identify what you need to work on next. This is perfect preparation for them.
Très excellent. For those of you who wanted me to keep speaking French, there you
go. よし、じゃあフライング一周。
あいつら何敗目だよ。別に弱くないけど平凡だよ。
ネコマが苦戦したヤバい1年ってどれのことだよ。ネコマの連中の買いかぶりすぎじゃん。
They have a spy.
I love how she's getting to protect them.
Yeah.
大丈夫。田中の言うことが本当ならもうすぐ。おお、まだやってんじゃん。間に合ったね、上出来。
姉さん。西野屋のお姉さん？いえ、龍野です。確かに似てる。無事でよかったぜ。
主役は遅れて登場ってか。腹立つわ。
Oh my gosh, that guy is like, why does he look like that?
I'm gonna call it the broccoli cauliflower combo.
Oh. You mean the ugly guy? Bokuto.
Bokuto, okay.
You've got close.
No, not the ugly guy. The guy with the like hair that
cauliflower hair for sure.
But that's the combo team, right?
Nice! Nice receive!
Oh, baby, it's like I don't even need to warm up.
Ready to go. Must be nice to be
あんな
15 again.
速攻見たことねえ。
次止めるぞ。おっそっ。ナイスだ。スマカバー。
おお、いいサーブやるな。
切れてないぜ。エキティ9番止めろ。
Not gonna settle. Ooh, found him.
Still couldn't stop it.
Wow. Okay.
He ran up to the pin too.
Yeah, after a block touch. I just keep thinking I'm Shoyo from the concrete now.
フライング一周。
Oh!
9セット目にしてやっと初勝利か。初の
Oh,
ペナルティーなしだ。
1 and 9.
腹減った。
Or 1 and 8, I guess.
ナイスだ。
向こうは産川高校対ネコマか。時間的にあれが今日のラストゲームかもな。
だな。後半もうあの速攻についてこられた。伊達子、成城、そんでネコマの犬岡。
It's my boy.
やっぱりあの速攻も強い相手にはいつまでも通用しない。
You need a few
やっ
more
た。
tricks in
ナイ
that
スレシー
bag.
あれ、犬岡が控えにいる。
ブロック1枚。いけ。
And Walker's on the sideline.
Left. OT!
Did you see that cattail
Yeah.
whip?
無知みたいなスイング。
すっげえ。
あの11番、パッと見猫背だから分かりにくいけど、だいぶでかいよな。190はあるかも。
190.
手足長え。
190 and long.
あいつ。
Ooh, Nekoma beat that school with the big ace. Was that the...
No, Ubugawa is the ugly guy.
Yeah. But they
They're
were
the servers.
Yeah, but they had won a couple of their other matches.
Fukurodani is the one with the ace.
Yeah, okay.
Bakuto.
Yeah. No,
Well,
I was
we're just
thinking
going to be working through this
Yeah,
for
it's
a
gonna
few
take-
episodes, everybody. Let's bear with us. If we remember back to season 1, it was the same thing.
I'm gonna put a little work in though. I'm gonna study.
Just like you studied for that draft. Okay.
I was gonna say something I never did in school. It's interesting how those two change the dynamic as soon as they come. Like they go. I mean, I guess you're missing your starting setter, so that's.
Yeah.
I mean.
Tricky.
And I'm kind of glad Suga got to play. I know we didn't get to see it, but.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it. That stinks.
But-
and they lost all the time when he was playing.
Yeah. And now you have your decor and your starting setter. It's nice to see them have an impact right away and get a win. I wonder, are they going to play 2 days? Are you allowed to tell me that?
It's like a while.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this is like a 4-day
An arc.
training
A
camp.
training
Got it.
camp arc,
Got it.
as they say.
Oh, I'm in for this.
We love an arc.
Oh, I was talking about the training, but that's just me.
全く何者なんだ。カラスノのチビミドルブロッカーとセッター。翻弄されてたな。うっせえ、目の前であの速攻見てみろ。何起こってっかわかんないから。
I know, that's the thing.
いやー、今年は面白くなりそうだな。
お疲れ様でした。
翔陽の速攻は相変わらずすごかったな。でもあれじゃ今までと変わらないんだ。あの時と変わらない。俺は強くなるために
It
こ
was
こに来たんだ。
literally like a quarter of a day.
なあ、
They
あ
were
の
late.
猫間のミドルブロッカーって何者なんだ。
ああ、1年のハイバーリエーフ。ロシア人と日本人のハーフだよ。
ハーフかっけえ。
リエーフなんだっけ。ロシア語でトラ。
獅子っすね。ライオン。前の時はいなかったよな。
うん。リエーフは高校からバレエ始めたから。カラスノに行ったゴールデンウィークあたりはまだほぼ素人で、あの時はベンチ入りメンバーしか行ってないからね。
あれで高校から？
うん。それなのに一緒に組まされたりして大変だった。合わせようとしてもタイミングいつもバラバラだったし、もう慣れたけど。
ケンマさん、ため息ばっかついてましたもんね。ケンマでも読めないことってあるんだな。
リエーフが特殊すぎるんだ。
That's a nice way to
今
put
は
it.
ほぼ元々の身体能力とセンスだけでやってるね。あと身長。
確かにあの身長はずるい。分けてほしい。いろいろ恵まれすぎっす。でも負けないっす。
まあ戦力になるし素直だし嫌なやつじゃないよ。たまに素直すぎるけど。あ、でもパスとかの基礎はまだ全然ダメ。翔陽よりもダメ。サーブも翔陽より下手くそ。
ケンマの下手くその基準は俺なのかよ。
I love that his comment is about him. He's too honest, but he sucks at passing, and man, he can't serve as well as you either.
And you're pretty bad. Maybe he means he's too honest because we saw in the OVA that Lev was a little high on himself.
Yeah, fair. It was just kind of a funny comment, and I like Kenma though. I know he grows on you.
What?
Or did
No, I like
you
him.
always liked him?
Yes,
Oh.
I love the brains.
Yeah, fair. But did you like him right from the start, or did he have to? Oh, okay, I misremembered that.
あのケンマが人見知りせずに喋ってるよ。
Oh, bad balls.
ハイバリエーフか。横文字の名前かっけえな。ロシア語の挨拶。ロシア語。
カラスノの10番。
日本語？
They
あ
make
ご
him
め
look huge.
ん。ロシア語なら俺喋れない。日本生まれ日本育ち。
そうなのか。なあ、身長何センチ？俺、日向翔陽、1年。
この前194になってた。俺、ハイバリエーフ1年。
194！いいな。
日向は近くで見ると余計に小さいな。
なんだくれ！
ごめん、悪気はない。でも日向は余裕でここまで飛ぶだろう。さっきの試合で見た。俺はそこからさらに飛ぶけどな。
You can jump that high, but I can jump that high too, and I'm wrong. gonna hit his head off.
Yeah, so did I. The door. Okay, yeah. Okay, they're making him look like a literal baby next to him. Okay, I'm pretty sure Hinata is 164 centimeters. And if Lev is 194, that's only a foot difference.
No, but he came up to his chest.
A foot.
Yeah, I guess.
We're talking this much. No, but then from that one angle, he was like up to his shorts.
Well, no, I saw that too. But then when the camera kind of panned out, he was like kind of up to here, which is...
So we're talking a foot difference here.
Yeah, which is huge. Like, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. Like, he's my height. He's our height.
Yeah.
お前のスパイクはブロックいてもお構いなしって感じですごかった。
Wow, they're making him.
俺は
Is that what we look like?
I don't know.
猫間のエースだからな。
センターエース。
って言うと竹虎さんに怒られるけど。
守備もろくにできないやつはエースとは呼ばないんです。
でもリエーフは俺と一緒でミドルブロッカーだろ、センターだろ。エースって猫間のモヒカンの人とかウィングスパイカーのことを言うだろ。
ポジションの名前って関係ある？一番たくさん点をもぎ取ったやつがエースだろ。
I mean, that's a fair point.
単純。
I hate that he's saying that though. It's like
じゃあ
you
また明日な。
literally
日向のあの速攻、明日一番に俺が止める。
don't know what you're doing right now.
Gotta love that innocent swagger.
I don't.
たくさんの点をもぎ取ったやつがエース。
He's not wrong.
自分の手で。
I don't think that's accurate. My definition would be different.
カラスノはゴールデンウィークの時より落ち着いて見えますね。それに相変わらずのあの10番の速攻。
ああ、そうね。全体的に安定感が出てきた
That's a
ね。
huge compliment for a coach.
だがそれでいいのか、カラスノ。今あるその力で負けてきたのだろう。だから強くなるためにここへ来たのだろう。
よし、相手はまだ変人速攻に全然対応できてね。ガンガン使っていけ。
はい
はい。
タオルいる？
あ、はい。
4番上がった。ケンマカバー。
レフトレフト。
俺によこせ。
He like floated up there. That's a good swing.
Also, where was the block?
Non-existent.
Bringing it back to what Kuro said about, you know?
手に入れるために求めるのは安定か、それとも進化か。
Does Karasuno want stability or evolution?
I like that sentiment, but I'm not sure I agree with it. I think Karasuno's evolution is stability. They have so many players that are talented, physical, can do a whole lot of things, but they're not cohesive yet. They're not clicking on the same page. They're individually very good, but for them to be a better team, they need to learn to continue to work better, to cover a little bit better, to serve a little bit better strategy. Like, that's where I see them making their gains, at least in the short term. When you look at Nakoma, they're super stable, they do everything right, but they don't have the ability to like get those timely kills or have somebody who can go up and score points. So it makes sense for me that their evolution is to add a Lev, somebody who's a little wild, who doesn't know the rules, who doesn't fit into the system, but that can go up and just score and be that player. So I don't think it's necessarily kind of one or the other. I don't know what you think about that.
It's hard for me to be completely, like, I know.
Yeah, fair.
I think what he's like, so the foundation of Karasuno's offense is Kageyama kind of calling the shots and like moving Hinata around.
Yeah.
So I think what he's referring to is like, do you want to keep along that same path, or do you want your individual athletes to evolve to a point where everybody's thinking on their own and able to like contribute in their own way instead of it just being so stagnant or like keep doing the same thing?
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's not how I took that comment.
The first time I watched it, that's not how I took it either, and I got ripped apart.
Got it. Oh, that was definitely, yeah, that was definitely not how I took it. But I mean, that makes sense too.
I'm also not loving the whole center ace thing, particularly from Lev at this moment, because it's like, dude, you're like an actual beginner. Like, have some humility.
Okay, I don't disagree with you on that point. But what do you think, like, take Lev the character out of it, and what do you think of his definition of an ace?
I think it's so easy. I think it's so easy to score a lot of points. I think the hardest thing to be considered a great athlete or an ace is to have the consistency and to be able to perform at a high level when every single person knows you're getting the ball. It is so easy to go up and score like 15, 20 points when the game is just happening, but when it's like 24, 23 and you need to score or you're gonna lose, like, are you the person that's gonna put the ball away, or is it somebody like, you know?
So what if that player on your team is a middle? I know it doesn't happen very often, right? But what if that's your guy? Pressure's coming down, that's who you're gonna set.
I think it's hard for a middle to be an ace because there's more at play if the middle can even be set. Like, the pass has to be there, the dig has to be there. There are components that are relied upon that are sometimes out of control. So like, what if it is a scramble play? You can't get the middle of the ball. Like, you have to set the outside. And like, the outsides that are forced to get the balls that are like, everybody knows it's coming to them. It's a bad dig and it's a panic ball and they have to throw a ball from the back line. The middle's not getting that. The outsides are the ones that are responsible for cleaning that up. And I think that is way harder to do than to just be set when it's like a perfect controlled situation. Keep in mind, I was an outside, so I might be biased.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Also,
okay,
when it is a bad ball, or things are out of system, you're going up in an uncomfortable situation, oftentimes against 3 blockers, because everybody knows the ball has to come to you. Like, you're put in compromised situations as an outside all the time, yet you're still expected to score. I don't know.
No, I don't disagree with you. I think that's a fair definition in sport in general. I'm curious if in the context of like an ace in high school in Japan, like what the definite, like, is it more about points? Is there some of the intangibles?
I also think it's hard to be considered an ace when you're only doing a small percentage of the skills.
Yeah.
Like, as an outside, you're passing, playing defense, serving, blocking, hitting. As a middle, you're basically blocking, hitting, serving.
So let me ask you this. Let's put it super contextualized. Let's look at Nakoma, who doesn't.
Sorry. Kuro would be considered an ace way more than Lev because he actually plays back row.
Okay, well that's what I was gonna say. So if you look at Nakoma specifically, let's say Lev becomes a really good attacker and a good blocker and a good server, and he's scoring more points than everybody else. Do you think that it is appropriate to call him an ace?
No.
Okay.
I love debating things like this.
Me too.
Is there a right or wrong answer in this? Only if you agree with me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Kind of.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it, for me, if Lev becomes that guy and they count on him to score points and he moves the needle for that team that hasn't been able to beat some of the top teams because they don't have somebody to set, I think yes. I think all of your points are valid, but look at Nakoma as a team. They receive really well. They have ball control. They get a lot of counterattack opportunities.
It's not always, you're not always going to be able to get him the ball. And
I know.
I feel like if you want to be an ace, you need to be able to get the ball no matter what.
Let us know what you think.
Yes. Feel free to weigh in. I know you guys will all agree with Adam, because that seems to be the trend. Loving this training camp. Great situation for Karasuno to be in, to go up against opponents that are currently better than them.
I agree. I'm excited to see them play some of the other teams. I think it's interesting that those two showed up late. Let's see how the rest of the training camps go. I'm excited to meet some new players, and we got some high-level kind of overviews of what the teams and what they're good for and what their identities are, but let's meet some new players. Let's see a few more battles. Let's see, some more competitive situations. I'm looking forward to it.
Don't worry, we will have a cheat sheet available for Adam to remember people's names.
And mispronounce them anyway.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed that as much as we did. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, we'd be so happy if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned because we are going to test Adam on his name comprehension next week. Bye guys.